very good morning to you wherever you are. Welcome to the Adam Squared Show. Today joining us is our very own guest. We are lucky to have someone special in the studios today. Our guest today is the Right Honorable Ken Babu, a youth leader to the DAPK Party of Kenya. And you're welcome, sir.
Asante sana.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So let us kick off. Who is Ken Babu?
Well, just like you have said, Ken Babu is the Democratic Party of Kenya youth leader, Nairobi region. We have leaders from different regions. We have the national youth leader. We have the party leadership, all of that. But Ken Babu standing here is in charge of the Nairobi region youth league.
Thank you so much. That is Ken Babu for you. So Ken, today we are actually trying to shed more light on the role of youth in the election. We are nearing the election year period. I think it's like 2 months away, or rather 3 months away to the general election. So over time, youth have always been associated with violence during the election period, or even pre-election period. Let us say during the campaigns, and when the election date actually arrives, there's violence that actually occurs, and the youths are always the perpetrators. What do you have to say about that? Because you're a youth leader.
You know, you've said that youths are the perpetrators of the violence.
Yes.
I can say that as a youth and somebody who sits on the table where decisions are made in regards to the youths,
Yeah.
I can say that we are not really the perpetrators,
Yeah.
but the big boys in the politics are the ones who are doing this. Because whatever happens in the political field, as much as violence is concerned, it is triggered, financed, and pushed by somebody who is financially stable.
Yes.
And these persons are taking advantage of the youths because they know that these youths are broke, they don't have finances, so whatever they are given, they are ready to take actions. And this answers the reason as to why politicians, more so those who have been in the field for the longest time, will not solve the problem of unemployment, because they know if they do solve this problem, they will not have sycophants and people will be fighting on their behalf during elections.
Let me cut you short.
Yes.
You are a youth leader. These big boys who you're talking about, they use the very youth leaders who are you to actually get the youths who are being paid in order to perpetrate the violence. So what can you say? Because you're the very people who are actually given the money, or rather the funds, to go and actually organize on how this violence can, happen.
You know, if you check on how these violence are, if we check at the areas where we've experienced violence, you will realize that no youth leader from any political party is attached to that. If you check very clearly, you find that it is the big boys themselves, some, not all, dealing with other people from maybe their regions or their friends to ensure that these things are happening. You know, in my capacity as the youth leader, I will not like, or I will not wish to see the image of my party being deteriorated or destroyed by anybody or anywhere. So I will not take it to account that I be used to push violence or participate in the violence, whether it is against opponent or within the party. So if you experience violence anywhere, yes, majority of the people who are fighting at that point might be youths, but look at it keenly. You'll realize that there is no youth leader attached to that. But there are youths that are being used at that point with the big boys.
So what you're trying to say is that the youth leaders take no part in it.
We don't take any part in it.
You don't.
We, the youth leaders, we sit, youth leaders from ODM, Jubilee, call it all. We sit down and talk. And when we talk, the message is always how to champion peace within our parties.
Let us dive into the campaign period that is ongoing right now. Yes. There is this. Okay, it's already known that there are crowds for hire, and crowds for hire. The majority of the people who are in these crowds for hire are the youth. These very youth, to get them, there's no big boy, or rather there is no prominent politician who will go step by step, or rather leave his house to go and look for these youths by themselves. Yes, they use someone. They always use some people to get to them.
Yeah, they will use some people,
yes.
But I would still say and maintain that they don't use the political parties' youth leaders.
So the political party is the only thing that is ruling out youth leaders from that?
No.
Any youth leader?
The point is this,
Yes.
we are allowed to mobilize.
Yes.
Yeah, the youth leaders were allowed to mobilize on behalf of the party.
Yes.
And when we are doing mobilizations, we have our criteria, we have the minimum the minimum expectations of the people, of the kind of people that we are bringing on board, understand?
Yes.
So we go out there, we mobilize people, we mobilize youths, not only youths, but we mobilize all ages, genders. But you will come to realize that the people come on these rallies and cause chaos. They are not anywhere known by any political party youth leader or any political party leader. But within this segment of political leaders, there are 1, 2, or 3 big boys or big ladies who are financing this violence that you see around. You know, in politics we say nothing happens by chance.
True story.
If we go for a campaign and chaos erupts, there is a source.
Yes.
And it will not be the youth leader.
Okay, now that we are pushing violence aside away from the youth, what can we actually give the youth, or rather what active role can the youth play inside the elections, or rather politics?
You know, if you go to the development worlds,
yes,
those people take elections very seriously.
True.
Because they understand that it is through this process that they will get health, education, tarmac roads, and everything will be fine. But that's a different case in us in Africa, and to be specific in Kenya. Let me talk about Kenya. In Kenya, until you force these guys, you beg them, you bribe them with shirts, capes, handouts, that's when they will come for rallies, or they will come for a meeting or conference to listen to your agendas. You know that? Yes. So it is an individual effort. Where we are standing today, it is an individual effort for somebody to sit down and make a decision that, personally, I want to be the part of the change. And that change should be positive. You know, as a person, I cannot tell you join Jubilee or join UDA or join DAPK. It will be my wish that you be a member of DAP, but it will be out of your own willingness to be part of that party. Understand?
Yes.
So basically, it's all about individual decision.
Yes.
For somebody to partake or to be part of a party and ensure that the agendas of the party, as far as peace and development is concerned, is going on.
Let me take you back. I understand you've grown in Kisumu.
Yes.
You've grown somewhere called Nyalenda.
Exactly.
Well, Nyalenda has oftenly been associated with violence during the election period. And right now, since we're going into the election period, most youths don't even take part in the electoral process. I'm talking about the voting itself, the voting day. What can you tell these youths? I mean, these people, the day of voting, you'll find them in pubs. They're drunk, so they don't even take part in the electoral process.
Yeah, what I can say is, number one, the youths must ensure that the issue of unemployment, not really the issue of unemployment, but everything in this country is politically instigated. Even us standing here, yes, it is politics. Yeah. Because if somebody decides today that this loan should not be used, it cannot, even if it's a VC, but there's some political interest in it.
Yes.
So everything is politics. From what you're going to eat today, where you're going to sleep, how you're going to travel. Now we have fuel crisis. It's all about politics. So these youths must get to understand that for them to get out of those pubs and live the dream life they've been wishing for, yes, they must take part in the political process. Yes. They must come out and vote. Number two, we as the party, DAPK, we are rolling a program that we are calling Go TV.
Go TV.
Go TV, this is Get Out the Votes.
Okay.
We are going to launch this very soon through our party leadership and the CS Eugene Mamalo, to go around this country to sensitize the young people. Initially they were sensitized to take the vote. Now they have the vote. Yes. Now we want to get out there and tell them to use that vote accordingly. Now Go TV, Get Out the Vote. We're going to sensitize them and give them the importance of going on the 9th day and casting that ballot. To add on this, the youths also there, fellow youths, you guys must just understand that if you want to be a lawyer, if you want to be a teacher, if you want to be a doctor, there must be a conducive working environment. And all these things are politically influenced. Yes. Understand?
Yes.
So we cannot ignore politics in this country.
Yes.
And you cannot say that, politics, mimi si mtu wa siasa, I don't do politics. You are doing politics because even if in your family, yes, today there were to be an election, yeah, on who becomes the firstborn, do you know you might lose that elections? It doesn't matter even you are a firstborn or not. Because in that family still, they are deep state.
Yes.
There are people who will side with you,
yeah,
and the people will not vote for you.
True.
And you might even score 0. You understand?
Yes, I
so
understand.
The point is, politics runs everything,
yes,
including churches. So people must take part in politics.
Okay. Let me divert a little bit. to your party, the Democratic Action Party of Kenya.
Yes.
Democratic Party Action of Kenya, Democratic Action Party of Kenya. Thank you so much.
We take actions in a democratic way.
Oh, okay,
yes.
okay. Let me. You are part of the Azimio coalition.
Yes.
What is in for you guys? I mean, Azimio right now has over 26 political parties.
Yes.
And you guys being in it, definitely there is something that you want to fish out of that coalition. Are you going for, what are you going for? What is there for DAPK?
When you talk about Azimio,
yes,
DAPK stands as the firstborn son of the Azimio.
Okay.
Any other party that is in Azimio, they are siblings of DAP.
Wow.
We, the DAP, we are the first party that joined Azimio immediately after its formation. Understand?
Okay.
That tells you that our chairs at Azimio are well catered for.
Yeah.
They are well placed, and you can see our party leader, Wafula Munyinyi, Honorable, is part of the council that is steering the Azimio team.
Yes.
So that tells you that we are the DAPK, and we are the young people in the DAPK.
Yes.
We are very much confident in Azimio, and we are very sure that on the 9th day after Raila Odinga shall have formed the government, we will get that which belongs to us.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Ken Babu was mentioned back in 2020, was it 2020 or 2021, to be running for an office. That is the member of county assembly. Yes, to be specific, in Karen ward. Are you still in the race, sir?
Well, you know, politics. Like I said initially, politics is very deep.
Yes.
And at some point, not some point, but in most cases, it's all about interest and what you wish for the future. You don't do politics for today.
Yes.
Understand? There are some things that you can do in this field of politics that will cut your political future. And there are some things that you can do that will bring you, will build you for the interest of the future. So in Karen, yes, I showed interest. And just like any other Kenyan citizen, I have rights, democratic rights to contest. So I showed interest to contest in Karen ward. But after doing some consultation, digging down from family, friends, advisors, and let me say financiers, we settled that we give it a time of at least 5-year period as we looked into the field. I think by 2027 we can go for something bigger.
Okay.
You know, this man Ken Babu does not go for small things.
So
that's why I showed interest in that seat.
Yes.
Because at that time it was the biggest seat. But going to 2027,
yes,
you might be talking to your member of parliament. So that's it.
Okay. Before we run away from that, you are vying for MCA seat through the Orange Democratic Movement, right?
Proceed.
Right now you are the youth leader, DAPK Kenya, Nairobi region. You understand why the shift?
First, allow me shed more light that I've never been a member of ODM.
Okay.
Despite the fact that I come from Kisumu and I'm a typical Luo.
Okay.
I come from a large family.
Yes.
And I'm the only person who has never been a member of ODM.
Okay.
And today I'm a member of DAP.
No, but your posters for the Karen
for the Karen
were branded ODM.
Now get this.
Yes.
When it comes to branding, also online branding.
Yes.
Today you can brand you as a member of UDA.
Yes.
And you'll not do anything about it.
True.
Yeah, you just see a poster there, and because you don't have powers to delete it from the Facebook, the much you can do
anything
is just
anything can be deleted from Facebook.
But you cannot delete it if you not post it. You understand? If I post a post of you, a picture of you in the UDA colors, you can't do much about it if not complaining.
Yeah.
So things happened.
Yeah.
Things happened a lot.
Yeah.
And those are things that when you go to the politics you expect.
Okay.
You only saw the ODM poster. There were many, including UDA, Ford Kenya, and even Jubilee. There were many.
Okay.
Maybe they did not reach you, but personally I saw them. Okay. So I can say in politics, things are going to happen. Okay. And it requires somebody with a larger lever to accommodate everything. Okay.
So as we are concluding this, what is next? What is next for Ken Babu? I mean, Ken Babu right now is the youth leader of the DAPK. What is next for Ken Babu in the next probably 5-10 years to come?
Like I've said, as it stands right now,
yes.
I'm the youth leader of the Democratic Action Party of Kenya, DAPK, and this is one of the parties that understands and gives youths a lot of opportunities and priorities. That is, I can confidently say that upon the formation of government, that is in 2022 this year, 9th August, don't be surprised if you see me somewhere around the City Hall as a nominated member of County Assembly through the DAPK party. Because we believe, and through my party leadership, we want to encourage and embrace youthful leadership. And if you check even within the party structures that was gazetted recently, about 30%, if not 40%, are youths. And that can clearly tell you that we the people who are championing for the interests of the party, pushing the agenda of the party, pushing the manifesto of the party, marketing and publicizing the party.
Allow me to interject you. Yes. About youth leadership, what do you have to say about the youths who are going into politics? Let me give you an example of someone like Jalango. Let me give you an example of Bahati, who was just been, he was done dirty, and right now, I don't know, he was crying all over social media. There's so many youths who have right now ventured into politics. Do you think it is just a way for them to look for fame, or is it something that they really want to do and they have the interest of the people at heart?
You know, there are only, first let me say that to succeed politically, there are only 3 ways. Number 1 is strategy. Number 2 is strategy. And number 3, it is strategy. So if you get into politics just like somebody is diving into a pool, you will come out weeping, just like Bahati was weeping aimlessly. Let me say something about Bahati before I proceed. If you have people like Richard Ngatia,
I know Ngatia
in this country. We have people like Tim Wanyonyi in this country. And these are people who have been to, if financial stability, they are there, popularity, they are there. But somebody like Wanyonyi has been to politics for all this time, and they were asked, they were requested, for the interest of these people of Nairobi, for the interest of this country, for the interest of this city, step aside, support this young man and his team. And did you see them cry?
They did not.
Did you see them say how much they respect somebody and they respect somebody?
No, they didn't.
So Bahati should understand that politics and music industry are two different fields. And in this is one field that nobody will care how much you cry. You can cry and walk naked over the streets and nobody will be concerned. So for Bahati, I want to say, you are my brother, I'm very sorry, and we apologize. But you'll have to take it and wait for 2027. It's not an issue of death and life. And then issue of youth jumping into politics. Some are, I can say some are looking for fame, and some are thinking that jumping into politics will translate to financial stability. It is not true. It is not true. We have politicians who are very broke, and nobody will understand that they are broke because they see them on TV driving big cars. People are in these parliaments who do not take home more than 100,000 a month, and there are people in these parastatals who earn more than close to 1 million or 2 million, but they are not politicians. So going to politics does not translate to financial stability. If you are going to politics, and I want to say this, get to know why you are going into it. But if money is one of the reasons, or the major reasons, then you are going to die out of depression. It will, because politics is service, it's like a charity work. Whenever people see you, they are angry. Somebody just sees, and he or she was not expecting you, but the moment you arrive, they become angry, or they become hungry all of a sudden, and they begin having problems immediately. So politics is not for financial stability. Politics is not for fame. Because you have politicians, we have members of parliament that if somebody tells you that is an MP, you can be surprised. You've never heard of them. You've never seen them. But if you go to the ground, they serve their people. So it's all about service and service and service, nothing more.
Yes, thank you so much for joining us today. That was Ken Babu for you. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us today.
Thank you so much.
This is the Adam Squared Show. Be sure to tune in next week. Have a good afternoon. Goodbye.